Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our first post-game triple option, and we were right there. Close.
Oh, so close.
An overtime thriller. Lost to Notre Dame, 41-38, an 18-point comeback in the fourth quarter, an emotional roller coaster for your boy and my two boys here, and I'm sure for all of you at home. The best personal game I've seen Florida State play in about 5 or 6 years. However, still a loss. And nothing is a W except for a real W. But this was interesting, and we'll get into why. Adam and Kev, how you doing, friends? Are we doing okay?
I can't say that I am, actually. It's been a pretty hellacious weekend here in the Brown household, but it's all good. It was a hell of a game, a lot of fun to watch. I mean, I can't remember enjoying a Florida State game that much in quite some time, even though they came out with a loss. Yeah, I mean, went in with low expectations, kind of came out with maybe slightly raised expectations post game, but it was a lot of fun. It was a fun watch.
Kev, how do you feel? You can tell that this was a different Florida State game because there was actual positive national buzz about the Florida State football program. And Brosifs, it's been a long time since we've had that. Kevin, how'd you feel watching the game, my friend?
Yeah, so my wife has been watching Florida State ever since the start of the Willie Taggart era.
Poor woman.
Yes. And so midway through this game, she looks at me and she goes, "It's like we have a football team." And I was like, yeah.
And she's right. We may actually even have one.
They played solid. They looked like they knew what they were doing. There wasn't giant gaps every play for the offense. They look like a football team. They look like, in my mind, they look like a potential top 25 football team if they stretch that out throughout the whole season and don't have to play the worst schedule we've had to play in several years.
And to me, they look like the better football team Sunday night. Now, maybe not overall, maybe not like depth and roster-wise, but on that night on Sunday, I felt like Florida State played good enough to win. The stats kind of, we'll go through our like individual storylines, what we thought were the stories of the game, but Florida State outgains Notre Dame 442 yards to 431. They outrushed Notre Dame 264 to 65. Unreal. You could have told me that, and I would have thought you were a psychopath. I did not see that happen. And Florida State loses. They lose by 3 points in overtime while also spotting the Irish. 3 turnovers. A couple of bad snaps away, we were seriously right there. So to me, the story that it seems to have morphed out of the game, at least from like a national conversation, is the quarterback scenario. Jordan Travis, he had some good, he had some bad, he had some plays where Notre Dame safety is a human cyborg man and did things that humans shouldn't be able to do. But the turnovers were egregious. The reading, the processing seemed slow. His helmet gets popped off. McKenzie Milton's in. And it was awesome. It really was. It was one of those things. I'm not going to lace it up with like hyperbole and jokes and all those things that I like to do. It was seriously like a rare feel-good moment in college football, and everybody soaked it in. Doak Campbell was electric. So that's the story coming out of it. The quarterback situation, McKenzie Milton looking comfortable, looking poised when he came into the game. And that's what a lot of people want to talk about. To me, the story of the game was the defensive line. The defensive line to me was as advertised. The run defense was spectacular. And the running game, conversely, for Florida State was extremely productive. We pointed out on this show that to beat Marcus Freeman's defense, you got to run against them. Norvell has proven that he could run against him in the past, and he did again. It was a great game plan. They forced Jack Cohn to beat you deep, which he did. And I think that's actually another storyline of the game. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it. I personally undersold Notre Dame's quarterback. He threw some absolutely great passes. A lot of people wanted to blame the secondary play. I think there was some of that where there's things they need to clean up, but a lot of those passes were spectacular. And in the other story of the game, I don't think we're going to get into it because we like to break down the X's and O's, the recruiting. That's for the guys on the Florida State of Recruiting podcast on the Everything Noles, Tomahawk Nation media feed to talk about. But it really is the positive reception, not only from a national media standpoint. Recruits are all over the Noles right now. Guys, are those, do you think, the takeaways that you get from this game? Anything that I missed? Anything you want to expound upon, Kevin?
Yeah, no, I think you hit a lot of the big ones, and I'm just kind of excited to get into the film.
So am I, Adam. Anything you want
Yeah.
to say?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's going to be good to get into the film.
Rare.
Finally, we've got some film. If I could do the finally, The Rock has come back here.
Finally.
There we go.
There you go. I got you. Any wrestling reference? Let's get to the film, man, because
Let's do it.
It was fun. We want to be subscribe to the X's Adults YouTube page, because don't rewatch the film by yourself. Have your first rewatch be with us, and also give Kevin money on the Patreon. He's starting to look better, but he's still a poor guy.
Well, let your first rewatch be with us because you're the only ones, or we're the only ones you can rewatch with.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Notre Dame came out. I mean, they were going to throw the football, and we kind of thought they might come out in a lot of 11 personnel based on what they had done in the spring. We looked at, based on some of the reports of what they were kind of thinking they were going to get out of their wide receivers and knowing what Michael Baby Gronk Mayer can do. And boy,
as advertised, that kid is extremely impressive. Couple of drops where he killed
that
himself.
really killed them, honestly.
Yeah, but this first drive, it's easy to talk about it in hindsight. I was dismayed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
To put it nicely.
Immediately broken coverage on main coverage, right?
Hey, you're thinking, oh, here we go again. It's not. I don't think it's as much broken coverage. It's a missed tackle, then you get another missed tackle down the field. You got to get your.
I don't know. I guess in my opinion, if you're Akeem Dent and you're on a tight end, you play him kind of tight and you dare him to beat you over the top. But
I think that's fair. And the physicality for Florida State is you're going to see much better, specifically from guys like a Jarvis Brownlee, a Sidney Williams.
Jarvis Brownlee.
Missed tackles, though, still something Florida State need to clean up. You'll see that consistently throughout the game.
So we got a lot of five-man front with the stud loaded in the box. That's the Amari Gainer here. I really thought their gap integrity was much better in this game.
Correct.
Meaning they got into the gap that they were supposed to be into, and they leveraged that gap really well. Guys were where they were supposed to be as far as playing the offensive lineman. Look at Fabian Lovett. Hey, Kane Madden, suck on that car.
Yeah, suck on it.
Lovett looked really good. I thought he was probably one of the more improved defensive linemen
I 100%. And the story was on the ends, because I still think that they were. I would say Fabian Lovett was probably the second best defensive tackle on the field last night. But they all look good. There was pressure from the interior, from the exterior. It really was. Demolishing. Absolutely. What do you see here, Trench got Adam?
Run it back. Well, it's not. It's really something that was a concern for me early. I thought got cleaned up as the game went on. The communication between the linebackers and the secondary was really a problem, and I really thought it led to a lot of the early success for Notre Dame. If you run it all the way back to the very beginning of this play, Kev, before the end zone shot, look at Jarvis Brownlee's rolling back in the middle of the field. Dent and Gant both come up leveraging the motion here. This was a problem early for them. And you're going to see the tight end at the top of the screen. He's going to streak down the middle of the field. Dent's got to rally, come back kind of late on him. Brownlee's supposed to be playing one high in the middle of the field, or maybe they're playing two high. It's hard to tell because they're out of position. He's late getting there.
No, it's one high. Looks like a kind of cover three here.
Okay.
So at this point, you're getting flashbacks to last year a little bit.
Absolutely,
even though the defensive line saves this play.
It's happened a couple of times here early, and we're going to come up on another instance in the broken coverage for the touchdown. But yeah, the D-line bailed them out, which we didn't get last year. We didn't get a bailout by the D-line last year. We didn't get home.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
that's fun to watch, though. That's fun to watch. We haven't seen that in a couple of years.
I mean, we've been saying that all last year was perhaps the secondary is as bad as advertised, but they're not getting any help.
There's a great tackle. That is a great open field tackle.
Right, after a couple of bad plays by Dent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you could see the aggression and the physicality they played with. I mean, a
lot of confidence.
Leaps and bounds. Yeah, leaps and bounds. Absolutely.
You almost wonder where that confidence is coming from. Oh, here it is.
Not from that.
All right, so here's a broken coverage. This looks like straight man free.
Right. Let's see if we can get a different angle.
One guy in the middle of the field. I think there's an end zone shot, but I don't know if you're going to get it on here.
Yeah, let's go back to this guy.
So you're going to watch Deloach. Deloach is looking to his right for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly. He, in my opinion, from what I'm looking at here, I don't have the call sheet in front of me. He should be looking at the back. He should be taking the back out. Jay should be on Michael Mayer with, I believe that's Gant in the middle of the field playing over top of everything. Deloach for some reason goes to the right, and we're in big trouble.
Distracted by the formation. I'm with you. I don't understand why you go immediately to the right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Unless he didn't think he had a man responsibility on this. I don't really understand. He thought he was helping out. I'm confused as well.
Yeah, it kind of leaves Travis Jay in a hard spot. I think he reads these eyes a little bit too aggressively, but it's also hard because, I mean, he's not trained to be able to fix other people's mistakes necessarily. He's trying to be Superman here, and
he's keying on the guy in the flat pretty aggressively.
But you got to do your 111th. If your 111th is I'm locked on Michael Mayer, I got to stay with Michael Mayer. And
right.
if the back scores, then that's somebody else's fault.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what Deloach is doing here. I don't know. I don't even know what coverage he could possibly be doing that for.
Yeah. I mean, it looks I
thought he redeemed himself later on.
I did too. I thought he played really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of the breakout player of the game for me. And we could talk about that more later, but
yeah, I like that. I like Keyshawn. I like the way the Keyshawn Helton moves in this game. I thought he looked exactly how I wanted him to look last year. But and hopefully we'll get the film will bear this out. I still think that there's a drop off between the 1s and 2s in the linebacker group that's pretty
absolutely.
noticeable.
All right, so screen game early and often. I'm curious why. I'm curious why they thought they needed to. I mean, they ran 3 screens on the opening drive, or 2 screens.
Trying to get Travis in rhythm a little bit, or
I was a little surprised by this. I didn't quite understand it. You knew that the secondary, at least the corners, were a bit of an issue for them, and I know you're not necessarily confident in your wide receivers. I wish I had gone back and looked at some of the old Memphis versus Cincinnati. Go ahead, Kev.
He pounded the ball against Cincinnati. I was surprised that he waited so long to do it here.
Yeah. I know there's somewhat of a lack of confidence in your. All right, so here's we'll move on. Yeah. Here's a third and 4, a little bit better coverage there.
Yeah, you just make the throw harder. Gives time pressure to get to the face.
Yeah, pressure I thought impacted the throw there. It was a little bit behind Mayer, low.
Yeah, and Florida State's defense, it's tough to say they played great with 41 points, but they were put in a lot of bad situations. And when they needed to step up, I really think that they did for the majority of the night.
So inside zone, it looks like, or potentially a duo. It's kind of hard to tell.
I think that's inside zone. Can you run it back one more time? You'll know whether the tackle stays on the end. He doesn't. He climbs, so yeah, it's inside zone.
Opinions of the offensive line. I thought the interior was actually worse than the exterior. What do you guys think?
Agreed. Got better as the game went on.
Yeah, I think they got into the rhythm. The defensive line got a little worn out, and
I don't think he helped them at all.
No.
And by he, you mean Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm not sure.
I guess they're running some sort of. It looks like a clear out almost for the running back. Like his eyes do not leave this running back. It looks like he has no reads. These guys are just running off, and they're hoping they win this battle. But either he doesn't feel comfortable throwing this. It's not particularly open.
No, it's not. It's not.
So on this play, I have trouble blaming Jordan Travis, other than the fact that.
Yeah, and I don't specifically mean this play in general. Look, Notre Dame, you see Craig McElroy drawing all kinds of errors on the screen. They played a ton of games up front for these guys. That sugared up backer was a big problem for them, especially through the first half.
Right.
Just they were able to do so many stunts with that guy, loops and crosses in there. It was difficult for them. And this is an offensive line group that wasn't together a ton in preseason. So I'm sure there was plenty of communication issues. You have Maurice Smith dinged up.
Didn't even know if he was going to play. A lot of people knew he was going to play.
Yeah, and they obviously took him out of the game because he wasn't being effective. So
here's another situation where Deloach is a little bit slow, not knowing where to be on this. Yeah. They're switching here.
Out of position a little bit too, maybe?
There was motion. I don't know if it shows it here, but I remember this play pretty specifically. There was a pre-snap motion. He was slow to adjust, didn't realize that his assignment now switched.
Yeah, Gainer was slow coming over. Then Lundy and Deloach are slow switching. Then I mean, the ball's getting snapped here, and he's on the hash. He should be out over that on the outside shoulder of that guard.
Right. You just can't expect your linebacker to win this
Too much
foot race
ground to
against a
cover.
running back.
Mm-hmm.
Even though play recognizes the play pretty quickly, it's just dude, you ain't getting there that fast.
Yep. And then he kind of takes a bad angle
Yeah,
there.
bad angle. That's what I was just saying. Right there when he heads up field.
Yep.
You got to know
Flatter.
you're slower than this guy, and you need to meet him.
I will say though, that look
Geometry lesson.
what
there.
you get out of him here looks different than what you get out of any other linebacker you have on your roster.
100%.
Outside of like Emmett Rice, I guess.
Well,
just the
think
abil-
about Steven Dix trying
Yeah.
to make that's a much bigger play with him there. It just
yeah.
He's a
Deloach
modern
is
linebacker.
Fluid.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Speaking of fluid, Double J, Double
Yes.
D, Jeff Jarrett, Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah. He's fun. He's a fun player to watch.
Is that Briggs as well? Just getting
Mm-hmm.
straight through.
Yep. I tell you, the part of this play I like the most is Amari Gainer taking on, and I know he's getting his butt kicked out there.
No,
but
dude, he's doing his job.
He's leveraging and he's setting an edge. He's setting an edge. He's forcing this ball back inside to where it doesn't want to be, and that's a good play by him. And we've been critical of him and his toughness. I like that. I like that out of him.
Yeah, no,
that's a dirty
completely
play, right?
agree.
Like that's a get your nose dirty. I'm a linebacker type play. I'm
Yep.
with you.
And
I'm a
he's-
big fan.
He's going up against Michael Mayer, who is
Yeah.
probably one of the best tight end prospects I've seen watching college football.
Everybody does their job on that play. That's beautiful.
Yep. That's good. That's good sound football.
Okay, sort of busted coverage.
This is another one where Gant's out of position.
Late rotation down to man. He doesn't recognize it until too late, and we get lucky.
This was another one where I think they had a guy run off late. Gant was out of position. Yeah.
Right, so in
There's
this first half, we're
too
getting a
much
lot
out
of
early.
these, but they do get cleaned up as the game goes on.
I thought so.
Which is
I thought so.
promising. I think it's promising. It's a defense with a lot of new pieces kind of starting to coalesce a little bit.
And Notre Dame is, I kind of talked about this in the preview I did of them, but they're really good at playing those games with those pre-snap motions, moving people around, forcing you to kind of go vanilla with your defensive looks.
Oh, and somebody's help me again.
All right, just run it back, and pause. Run it back,
You don't
run it
wanna
back and
watch
pause. Stop.
Amateur.
All right, so here's what they did that was a lot of fun against this 3-man front. All right, and it's a 3-3. I guess maybe you could call it a 3-4. They split this, or they took this wide receiver up there at the top of the screen.
Oh yeah,
and they just flexed him a little bit. They flexed. He's probably about 3 yards, and that just draws that outside linebacker out just enough to create a gap out there. And as you watch it.
Is he going to climb up to the corner?
Yeah, he's going to go block the corner, but it just pulls that linebacker out there just enough to give a little bit of a better blocking angle for that pulling guard, and then the tackle to come around and wrap. It really is the only reason, in my opinion, this play even works for them.
Well, that's an interesting thing. He loves this little nub wide receiver because he's going to take this block on a corner all day.
Yep, you get a great shot of Josh Burrow doing it later when they score. I think it might be the next drive.
So he chipped him, but yeah, I mean, you can already see how big this gap is.
Do you see how that guy has to treat him almost like a tight end, and he chips, and now he's slower up the field. That's just creating a better angle, a wider angle for a wider gap for that guard to come and kick.
I was impressed with a lot of the vision of Florida State's running backs all night. Yeah, that's not.
Give
the
me
same
Malik
kid.
McLean all day. Malik
That's
McLean's
not the
best.
same.
Malik McLean's the best wide receiver they've had. I know everybody's going to say Scary Terry, but
well, it depends on which day it is, right?
Yeah.
What year?
McLean is a stud. Is going to be a stud.
There were some tight holes that the Florida State running backs saw and decisively hit. So I'll give kudos to David Johnson on here, a guy that really only gets talked about for recruiting. But I thought the decision-making of the running backs was markedly better this game.
Look at this
Obviously,
lane.
the
Well, also it
physicality
doesn't.
helps.
So when the defensive line decides to play a bunch of stunts and games like that, it kind of leaves you vulnerable here. This guy abandons the B gap for the A
Yeah,
gap.
he does.
This guy doesn't have time to crawl over, and so it makes this lane just freaking huge.
Great play call. Great design.
Yeah, love it.
Go to the right.
And it
bam,
was against a perfect.
makes a guy miss,
for the
makes
defense.
another guy miss, and
McLean
that is
gets just enough of Kyle Hamilton, who's the cyborg.
Kyle Hamilton is so
Yeah,
good.
well,
He's amazing.
as
Otherworldly.
advertised. However, that's a kid who was solid yet unimpressive last year, fully healthy, going to have a massive year, going to have an absolutely massive year.
I don't know. I watched him last year. And I thought he was the best player on the field for almost every game.
He's talking about Jay Corbin.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
talking about
Sorry.
I'm talking about no. Kyle Hamilton is.
He was
back,
also
run
hurt a lot of last year.
Run back. We're missing plays here. Yakking about Kyle Hamilton.
Sorry.
I didn't want to.
I'm just kidding. All right, so here we give up leverage here. Keir Thomas doesn't keep his outside arm free. Gets blocked inside by a pretty amazing left tackle.
A stout boy.
Yeah, that kid's going to be really, really good. The counter action kind of gets him out of position inside, and then Brownlee's a little late to the play.
Like would have been a 20-yard run last year, though. It felt like,
or 100.
But even this, so I kind of want to point this out with Deloach. So we saw last year with Dix, like beginner mistakes where they get kind of drawn too far up, and you can see him do this, but he has the agility to turn his hips and at least challenge out here. I mean, against a Notre Dame team, he gets blocked, but when we're playing Wake Forest, like watch here, he turns his hips and he almost gets there. If he didn't get reached by that tight end.
What's nice though is he's physical with that. He's physical with the tight end.
Right.
Last year we would try to go under and around, and he took the tight end on, which I give him credit for that. There was a horrible call on a late hit.
Yeah, honestly.
Look at Jermaine.
Nice.
Look at
Jermaine
these two.
Johnson is so good.
Look at these two.
Easy.
Yeah, they are just squeezing. Boom! He just takes off.
Oh man, that's nice. Never last year. Never all the blocker cocks. Yeah, good
Taking
hit.
on a double team on the backside of the play and still makes the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah,
it was good.
That's
man.
fun.
I was about to say, how does Georgia let this guy go? But then I watched Georgia play defense.
They're okay. They're also okay.
All right, here's a nice throw by Jordan.
Yeah, this is nice.
Finally.
He doesn't need to move here. I think this pocket is actually okay. I think he gets happy feet.
His feet are always happy. I mean, he's always dancing.
Did he ever seem to calm down at all to you guys as the game went on? Never really saw.
I really thought he
trusting the
regressed in that
pocket.
manner. I really thought last year. I really thought last year he trusted the pocket more than he did in this game.
But I think he's getting a lot of undue criticism. I'm not saying he's as good as Milton is when Milton's healthy and playing, but to say I improved my passing mechanics and then have to go against this Notre Dame defense. These guys are no slouch,
It's a tough first ask, and he made some good plays like that. The pass to Ja'Kai Douglas, which we'll see later, legitimately great play. It was just like you said, it was very erratic on a night where everything was magnified.
Yeah. This is the same guard tackle counter action.
I'm wondering if this is a missed assignment down here. It looks like the guy who should be going for the screen takes off down the field.
Yeah,
Jordan looks like he's trying to throw the ball.
There's no one out here.
Yeah, he takes off. Whoever's out wide, I can't tell who it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a muddled mess over there.
Yeah.
I'd assume Helton's probably the one for the route, but you never know.
It was typically the outside guy.
Really?
I can't get a number.
Burrell?
20. That's Williamson. Darian Williamson, 21.
Okay. So now we're in the second quarter here. We finally made it.
Of a 7-7 game, did not expect that.
Oh, throw the ball to the back.
Yeah.
Just throw the ball to the back. Throw it.
That's his big thing. He's not seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be 1-2 check down.
2nd and 14. Let's get the 5-8 yards. Make it a reasonable third down. Not every play has to be a touchdown.
Internal clock isn't there, and this is you could tell. I think one of the biggest differences, little as it was, were some of the throwaways that Milton had at the end of the game. Just the situational awareness.
Those were some of the best plays.
But Jordan Travis, there was some eye manipulation with the. It's not a complete package yet as a passer.
Oh yeah, but this was probably his best passing play of the game. I don't know why they didn't have him kind of do this half rollout more often. Kind of allows him to have happy feet without having happy feet. But
right, and still step up into the pocket and throw decisively. Yeah, that's a good throw. It's a really good throw. Unfortunately, it's on 3rd and 19.
Well, yeah, and it helps that Notre Dame's playing this like kind of prevent sticks defense.
Right, but you're right. There didn't seem to be a lot of shifting pocket type of stuff to get Travis into the groove in the passing game too much.
Well, unfortunately, when you do that stuff, you are forcing yourself into playing half the field.
Correct. And
right.
Yeah,
but let's not pretend like he's
point.
reading the full field at really any point in time.
Oh, shallow cross.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is really, really pretty.
So
what the hell is
this
with the
was
pulling
designed.
guard? What's with the pulling guard though? That baffled me.
I think it's to get the linebackers to flow.
Are they trying to? That's what I kind of thought. I thought they were trying to manipulate here.
Yeah, that's exactly what that's what it's got to be, right?
It just surprises me that they felt they needed to do this.
I don't know if they needed to.
Well, I mean, they called him in a blitz, so it's hard to tell. But
I don't mind it. I really don't. I guess
it doesn't.
I mean, it worked out.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't.
No,
I'm just curious, is all.
It's all about trying to give Jordan the biggest window.
Here's that same play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the nub receiver, same formation,
Now
getting
Burrell's
that
out
block
there.
on the corner. Who's a big corner.
There are a lot of big guys on the team.
Yeah, I thought they really manhandled him outside. Notre Dame did, that is.
But that's a great block. Oh my gosh, that's a great block.
Good run, tough run. Yeah, dude. There's pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the
Pile
wide receiver
on,
blocking
don't
was
pile.
significantly improved over last year.
Here's a great angle.
Yeah, that boom.
Great job by DLT. Instead of it wasn't a kick, it became a fold. So he ends up hooking this guy. Washington ends up being the kicker. Yeah, the end there. I think Burrell's a little tight. I think Burrell should have been about a half yard wider. That kid squeezes with a down block by the tackle. He's doing what he's taught to do. Tackle goes inside. He's attached to his hip. Get a fold, kick, boom.
Nice hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
so this guy's usually taught. We've talked about this a lot in this channel, to kind of blow up this play, hitting the inside shoulder of this pulling guard, but he wraps him. You don't really see that very often, and it kind of takes advantage of the fact that he's squeezing.
Mm-hmm. This is the nice part about counter try.
So,
nice really nice play.
Yeah, they definitely saw something. You're going to see that all year with this team. They're going to do those little nub formations.
Oh, what's up, baby?
I love that.
That's an
That was
athlete.
awesome.
This was really pretty. This was really pretty.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's what he can do, man. So even no matter who the starting quarterback is, a kid that needs to be involved with the offense.
I really would love to see them put him under center a little bit, or out of the pistol. Let him work some more of this play action stuff. Those types of looks where you can get him out on boots and stuff.
Kind of do the Shanahan
that is
outside
lovely.
zone to play action.
Did we see a lot of RPO stuff last week? We talked about how Marcus Freeman's defense kind of nullifies it with those floating defenders, but we didn't really see a lot of that at all, did we?
None by either team, honestly.
No, not a lot. But I can't really trust Tommy Reese to call an effective spread passing game. No offense to the guy.
No offense, Tommy.
If you're watching, Tommy.
Yeah,
no
Tom. Sorry, Tom. No offense. But
this is one thing that
in your face.
I've seen is pretty consistent with Gaynor playing coverage. He's kind of got the zone here, but he gets a little greedy. So I don't know who's doing it. There's an out route and a stick route, right? And he vacates his zone, and it opens up right underneath him. There's actually a play just like this in the preview I did against Notre Dame where they took advantage of him. See, he kind of gets greedy, and he needs to stay here.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Little
There's
hook,
no need.
because this guy's already on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be Superman, and I think that was probably the biggest problem with our defense last year was we had too many people trying to do too much, and no one was doing anything.
I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing. If I'm being very honest, I mean, and I don't mean that as like that he's not smart or anything like that. I just mean I don't think
tackle.
I think the game's moving really fast there for him, and he's kind of stuck between.
Yeah.
Two
I'm
things.
not saying it's a
and it's
It's
Those
tough.
are
I mean, it's not easy.
different than the type of mistakes the mistakes we were making last year felt like they were monumental. I feel like that can get cleaned up, hopefully with just time and coaching.
Yeah.
This tackle stuff kind of sucks when you're in the
You
right
know what?
position.
Dent, run that back. The I don't know what it is. We need a new cleat guy or something. We fell down way too much. We were on the ground way too much on Sunday. And you watch Dent here.
He
In
falls.
his transition, he falls down. If he doesn't fall down, he's tackling him at that field goal line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And it comes up again in overtime until Philly slips on his arrow route.
but that I will say before we get too far, that is a huge thing that I've seen this year that we didn't have last year. Is these safeties that recognize the spill, recognize their outside run fits, and are willing to come up and do it.
Yeah, he did a nice job running the alley there. I like how we're taking guys on.
There was no one in the alley last year,
Yeah.
like ever.
No, that's what we talked about a ton was how poor our safety play was coming up and filling the alley.
Those guys flip at the sweat. Like, there's a lot more decisiveness than there was last year, and that can cover up a lot of stuff.
This is
go.
so. I will say this as an air raid person. This is probably the hardest route concept to defend. It's good against man. It's good against zone. It's called mesh, right? And they smother it up pretty well. Like, not looking at the defensive line, but this is almost a covered.
Yeah, covered real well. Cortez Andrews, 46, right? What do we think of him?
No,
A guy
46 is Lundy.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Whoopsies.
Lundy's
Good for you, DJ. Mi scusi.
255-pound monster in the middle. I mean,
this guy.
Yeah, point to your bicep for some reason. I like it.
Double team slips through.
you know what though? Run it back one more time because I want everybody. I want people to watch who to really give credit to on this pass rush. Run it one more time. Back to the beginning. Watch the end on the other side, Derek Clendon. Because he's the one that really kind of gets this thing going here for Reese, or not Reese, but quarterback kind of, Cone kind of having to move around a little bit.
Right,
he does a nice job a couple times in the game. He doesn't get there. He's on the ground, but he's doing a better job of dipping and getting underneath that tackle and kind of getting that edge there. I think he's getting close. I think he's getting close to being a decent player.
Yeah, no, I thought McClendon definitely looked good.
Good flashes from Quayshawn Fuller as well. You'll see that later in the game.
But this is just not fair. Marcus Cushney with a good spill right to Brendan Gant. Deloach coming around the other side. Jack Cone trying to run.
That was a weird
power.
play call. I did not understand that.
I didn't either. Thought it was odd.
Notre Dame, good kicker. Screw you. Screw you, bro.
Oh,
look at that scumbag. I hate him.
Has he executed anybody yet?
Maybe.
Oh no! It's a 40-year-old coaching quote that nobody's ever heard of.
Why are you doing that? Yeah, this is a bad throw.
Well, to be fair, his guy does fall down.
It's a bad throw. Kev.
Yeah.
It's a bad throw. There's no to be fair. Bad throw.
To be unfair.
Wow.
It's a bad throw. I know you love your
He's
quarterback.
got a step here.
You protect.
I don't think that's ridiculous.
He does not have a step against Kyle Hamilton.
Well,
he doesn't throw the ball for another 3 seconds.
Yes. Okay. He throws it here, which is too late.
Way too late. And it's underthrown. And
that's
it's just bad throw. It is what it is. He left another decent pocket. Bad throw.
Yeah. I mean, that is.
Throw the ball away.
I think that is something that a lot of college quarterbacks never get under the belt is understanding who you're throwing it to defensively.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's a very tough concept.
Only the special ones.
Was that the most egregious of the Travis interceptions? I would say so.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, this is one. We're not lined up. Brownlee's not lined up. I hate to see that. You're playing such a good game. Why are you not getting lined up?
Well, short field, momentum changing play like that.
It was second out.
No excuse, but yeah.
I have a hard time.
Yeah.
It just happens too many times in this game. Look, if you're wanting to get back to being a championship caliber program, can't happen.
I think that's the thing.
Not this year.
That's the jury.
Yeah.
That's where the jury's still out for me. Is it seems like Fuller's getting these kids coached up.
Yeah.
Like technique wise when they're playing the game, Like even this coverage, I think is good coverage.
Beautiful.
What else can you do, man?
No, there was a lot of those plays last night. Notre Dame's wide receivers are actually better than I thought they were, and Cone put the ball where he needed to. Like this.
Look, he's
Travis J took a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's tough, dude. I mean, what are you gonna do about that? He's right there.
That's just big. That's a big boy catch.
The other
one.
That's an NFL catch.
Number 4 from Notre Dame. I was really impressed with Kevin Austin.
Yeah, he lived up to the billing there.
Travis J, what are you doing? Just the eye gouge there. This kid was a pleasant surprise all night. Love the way that he ran.
Not have expected that.
Ward. Yep. One of those guys where is he the spring game hero? And he was, but
but that almost never means anything.
It means nothing except for he's going to be great, man. He's going to be a factor all season.
Yeah, he looked good.
So's your punter.
Mastromano.
Oh,
again,
nice.
Good coverage.
2 picks. We should have had 2 picks.
He does such a good job of turning around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we already miss the Akeem Dent just wide open interception?
They didn't have it on here for some reason. That was a hell of great coverage.
That's Akeem Dent to a T, you know. Great coverage and just can't.
He couldn't catch a cold butt naked in Alaska.
What was that?
Bad visual.
Oh, they really wanted to get the shovel pass going.
All right.
I like it. I love it. I love the shovel pass.
I mean,
oh yeah, baby.
When you're dealing with a aggressive front like that, it's a way to do a screen without having to do a screen.
I love that.
You know?
I can't even describe why. I love shovel passes.
They're just old school. They remind you of the times when people did them on accident.
That's right. Call me the grave digger because I love the shovel pass. That sucks though.
All right, what happens here?
Pocket doesn't look like a great pocket here.
No,
not a great pocket. These guys are all running downfield. There's really no one to throw it to here.
Showing a 5-man pressure. Turns into 4-man pressure.
Interior got smoked. It looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to put this on JT for me.
No, that's.
Look, all of his guys. No one's turned around. There's no routes running here.
They get a puller. They're pulling DLT. He does a decent job, but I think that's Maurice Smith. I think it's Bavion in there at this point.
That looks like
he
Bavion.
just can't move his feet and get there.
That's a DOA play. That's dead right on arrival.
Yeah.
All right, second half.
Boom. 17-14 though. 3-point deficit at the half. I'm feeling real good actually.
I thought the first 3.5 minutes
was getting housed, and then he almost fumbled it.
He didn't fumble it.
I really thought he was housing that thing.
Oh, I was so pumped.
Just
finally we get to see Corey Urin in some space, you know.
Well, so pumped, and then he didn't fumble, and then thank God he didn't fumble.
I literally sat there. He didn't fumble.
This was beautiful, beautiful offensive design. Got him matched up on one of those hybrid guys out there. Maybe your fastest player.
And the first thing I was thinking of is you guys talked about there's matchups to eat in the slot against Marcus Freeman's defense.
Yeah, he's going to play man.
What you envisioned? Yeah.
When you play man, you have to look for the matchups.
Yeah, at some point you're going to get a fast guy on a semi-slower guy, and you got to try to get to it.
It's a big ass dude, right?
Yeah, he's like he's one of those safety hybrid kind of deals.
Kyle
and he ain't Kyle Hamilton.
Always lurking. He's always lurking, dude.
I know. Kyle Hamilton is.
The beautiful part about this play is McLean. They show a different angle later, and McLean's wide open on the right side too. He just beats his guy.
Cool, man.
Jordan Travis does this perfectly. They talked about it in the broadcast. The eyeballs look in one direction.
Do your dance. All right, here, you'll see McLean come open also, which you like to see because, you want to see that guys can get separation down the field.
It's a good Jordan. This is great Jordan.
Oh, yeah, McLean's open.
Yeah,
man, that guy's got a natural stride, doesn't he, McLean?
Yeah, this is really good quarterback Jordan. Too bad we get the other.
This couldn't be a more perfect throw from Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Look at him. He even looks at Hamilton to make sure he's moved.
Yep.
Then zoop.
He almost dropped it, man. He thought about dropping it.
That's been a problem for him in camp, his drop. So
Oh, God.
I'm
Speaking
surprised.
of drops,
I'm surprised that there were
Butterfingers.
no big drops for the wide receivers.
Turn in the corner.
Kicking game's interesting.
I hate it.
You don't like it?
I hate it.
Okay, we'll
I'd
get
go
to it at the
for
end.
2 every time.
Oh, Jesus. It's like playing Madden, huh?
There's that one high school that does it, right? They always kick
Yeah,
onsides and
yeah.
go for 2
Oh,
and
man,
everything.
Oh, look at
that's-
this catch.
That kid's good.
Unreal.
Numero
Brownlee's he's right there. Austin, this is another perfect throw. Throws him open
Perfect
out.
throw.
Throws him
Great
open to
catch.
the sideline.
That's the
Brownlee,
thing.
your
is it-
best secondary guy? You
I
guys
think so. I think so. I think he's one of the best corners you've had since.
He even gets a good
Jalen
swipe on
Ramsey.
the hand. Look. First catch, bobbled, then a swipe on the hand, and this kid still catches it. This is why I don't buy the whole Notre Dame didn't play well narrative. That's
No,
playing well. Like,
I thought they played pretty clean, man, to be quite honest.
And then
This-
this
I
should have
mean,
been
right.
OPI. This should have been offensive pass interference.
oh, Mayer was
same kid
pushing
again.
off every single play.
This is more great coverage, but this is another dime throw. I mean,
Yeah, that's tough.
That literally can't be a more
tip the
perfect
cap,
throw.
right? Tip the cap.
Yeah, I think so. And that's what it was, man. Other than that first couple of drives, not a lot of easy completions. Like, what are you going to do? Those
Yeah.
are 2 great catches by that Austin kid who
Look.
really showed out this game.
This
Can we
is,
not? I mean, can we take away the stiff arm?
And this is an NFL. This is an NFL wide receiver right here.
Hell
Should-
yeah! Oh
should
yeah.
Jay
And
have
he's
got his
sticking
head
on him
around
like
a little
glue.
bit, though? Or is that just not in college? It's not even a factor for you guys?
No,
He-
I don't.
So
Good.
he did earlier, right? In the play we saw
Right.
earlier, he turned his head. Here, I think the hand fighting is just so intense that he doesn't have time to recognize when the hands go up.
Gotcha.
I don't think getting your head around there is going to do anything because he does create separation with the.
The push off,
Mhm.
the light.
I think if most NFL corners were facing that throw and that catch would have still been made.
Yeah, probably.
It was just that perfect
All right,
of a
dude.
throw and catch.
I don't know if I put this one on Jordan. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Put your helmet on.
Yeah, I mean, you can
That's
be
still
mad
pretty
that
good.
he scrambled out to the side before throwing it.
But dude, I was still before
But
I
this
saw
man is here.
Cyborg. Before I saw this guy just teleport into my screen, I was like, dude, touchdown all the way. And then what the hell is that guy do? Where did he come from?
There were so many plays this game where you're just like, well, that's probably an interception if it's not against Notre Dame. That's probably a touchdown if it's not against Notre Dame.
Oh, that guy's Hamilton was there too. So he threw where Hamilton wasn't, and then he was there anyway. You're good, bro. You top 10 pick, top 5 guy.
Hope the Eagles draft you.
That is unreal.
Yeah, that's nasty, dude. Good for you. Once again, tip the cap.
Gosh, this
Hey.
defense.
Oh,
Quishon
Quishon.
Fuller.
Good to
Look
see
at
you,
that.
brother.
Look at him taking on Michael Mayer. I like that.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome to Tallahassee.
Yeah, that's good. Good
Great
run
leverage.
fit.
Great leverage.
Watch Jarvis
Brownlee
Brownlee on this play, man.
Brownlee coming in, getting in the mix.
He is in pass coverage, sees that there's a run, and says, "Oh, I don't know what just happened to my pen." But
Yeah, and then he had a stroke just like your telestrator.
so he has his eyes on the backfield, even though he's in coverage, leaves it, and comes and lays the lumber. That is a play.
He likes to hit, dude. It's
Yeah.
a secondary that likes contact for the first time in a long time.
Oh. You don't see a lot of bursts like that out of him. That's their backup tackle. I get it, all that nonsense. But
Come on.
That's
who
our
cares?
backup defensive end.
Mhm.
That's right. 2s on 2s, bro.
This is a great takeoff by him. I mean, he's a big boy. Gets off the ball.
Yeah, shot out of a cannon, man.
Shoot.
Dead to rights.
Thank God. Thank God he didn't do the old fly over there.
He almost, he did kind of anyway, but he's,
Yeah, he almost just went straight over.
no, that's good. These are the type of kids that, obviously, these guys that have been in the program for a couple years, it's good to see buy-in from Quayshawn and Jesus. All right, yeah, this is the play call that everybody. What do you guys think about this? This is the off-maligned 3rd and 17 aggression. What do
I
you
thought
think?
Adam Fuller did a really nice job that they taking responsibility for it. I thought, as a lineman, you're taught those guys, if you're getting through that easy, something's going on. You need to get your head around. And I thought they had an opportunity to kind of get back to the football. I mean, we saw Notre Dame. They were sniffing out all those screens early. You're telling me we can't do the same thing? So I don't buy that it's a bad play call. 3rd and 17, why you blitzing? All right, whatever.
So
go ahead, Kevin.
Here's my question. All right. We got man. Or no, I think he's blitzing, and then this guy rolls down to man here. So, who's my man on the running back?
Yeah.
Nowhere. There's no one on the running back. So to me, it seems less like a broken play call and more like one of these guys didn't know his man was the running back.
Mm-hmm.
I still say if this is a offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator battle, clear win for the offensive coordinator. Even though the execution wasn't there.
Perfect call,
however,
perfect time.
Florida State has, if you have any sort of just viewpoint of Florida State history, we get killed by screens all the time. We always got killed by screens. Take any game versus Miami, and if it wasn't a throw to the tight end, we were getting murdered by the screen. So that's actually kind of old Florida State football, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I don't know if it's egregious. As you can tell, Norvell was aggressive, Fuller was aggressive. But, yeah, Tommy Rees won that one, in my opinion.
To me, we're sitting here talking about how great it is to watch an aggressive defense, how these guys are firing.
Part of it.
It's hard for me to complain about being overly aggressive.
Correct. I'm with you. There's no defense that defends everything. Yeah, and
here's more miscommunication though. Not really sure where we're supposed to be.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best play call. Just to clarify that before people get too mad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No. Yeah, like I said, Reese won that one. But here you go. What happens if 20's in there instead of 32? Maybe nothing, maybe something much different. However, this is unfortunately where you're at right now. This program does not have the depth which you'd like, and this is something we're going to have to be when the first team is out. This is something we're going to have to deal with all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not a lot to say.
Yeah, it's just the limitations of where you are. However, took Notre Dame to overtime with these same limitations.
Yep.
I mean, I think at a certain point people have these limitations, but it's nice to think that, you know, potentially with Deloach, we have a actually college-ready linebacker that can play against the spread.
All right, here's the other decision that everybody's very up. So what was it? 3 back-to-back Wildcat plays here?
2 Wildcats. So
there's one normal, then 2 Wildcats. And then
get it to 4th and 2. And
it's like, throw it now because he's open. But we didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
The analytics actually said, if you looked on the Twitter, they said that the correct play was to go. It's interesting to me. If these are the type of moves that Mike thinks he needs to make to win the game, he's coaching to win the game. So I get it.
Yeah.
So once again, if you got to be overly aggressive, it's not a foolproof strategy. You take the good with the bad. I'm okay with it. However, I don't think that this is a call that's above reproach. If you don't agree with it, I understand too.
I don't think you put the ball into Jordan Travis's hands to throw in that situation. But I do think that I don't disagree with the going for it. I just would have...
The actual play call itself.
I would have ran it whether or not Notre Dame knew every ounce of their body I was running it.
Agreed. I wouldn't have put it. I mean, Jordan hadn't shown you enough as a thrower in this game to make you feel comfortable.
And even then, there was no deep outlet, right? There was no one that, I don't know. I didn't get it. It seemed
not a
like
lot of space to operate. It was very condensed. Like he tried to make a bad decision in a very condensed area. Yeah, that's fair. Good throw there, dude. Keyshawn looked good all game. I was really impressed with him. I think he's going to be a very reliable guy all night for you. Florida State is down by 18 points here late in the third quarter. Last year, this is a game they lose by 35.
All right,
they go back to the snub formation.
Yeah, just inside zone again.
What a great block by the wide receiver here.
All night, like you guys said.
Did you think Notre Dame took their foot off the gas here?
Listen, Greg McElroy, unfortunately, for some reason, he doesn't watch the triple option, and he doesn't know that Marcus Freeman's base defense is a 3-man front because he kept saying it 1,000 times.
I know. But also, First of all, yeah, this is his base defense. Second of all, you're up 18 points. You can't let them throw the football.
Right. Agreed.
So, like
And
I
I
said,
thought Mike did a great job of staying patient
oof.
and taking what was there. That was horrible. That's atrocious.
Yep. This is when it's like hard to defend him throwing the ball when that happens.
What a tough run.
Great run, man. Such a great all-around back, Jayshon Corbin.
Here's that nub formation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nub
Ran
City.
Ran a lot of it.
Oh, Nub Dub Dub.
Great run.
Great run.
Great first down. Mm-hmm. Not playing outside the offense. It just kind of stays within the confines of the play. That's a great cut.
Gosh, it's a great cut.
Yeah,
and
dude,
I was
that
watching.
Kid is a decisive. I love the way he runs. And is that formation again? Are we
the
nubbing?
nub guy.
Yep.
This is now like the fourth wide receiver I've seen lined up as this nub guy, and they have all gone downfield, engaged, and made solid
That is
blocks.
a great block, man.
Just running inside zone. Darius Washington, a great job on the edge.
Yeah, the right tackle here.
Mm-hmm. DLT with a good block. They just getting a hat on a hat in there.
And the sense of urgency was there.
Ugh.
That sucks. Again,
Fall
probably need to
down.
switch to New Balances. Those are great shoes. As a dad, I can recommend their comfort and their functionality.
Somebody find out why we're falling down so much.
Yeah, Notre Dame didn't seem to have that problem.
Whoop.
Whoop, whoop,
I mean,
whoop.
this is what makes him special.
Right.
Nice to, welcome to Tallahassee, Mr. Parchment.
Hey,
Glad to see you make a play there.
Good getting open. We need to see more of that, but that'll do.
He kind of does a good job here of cutting it short, boxing out, catching it with his body, you know.
You're very right. That's good body
Just a little
control right
thing.
there. Yeah.
I wonder what he would have had numbers wise in the game, because there was a couple times he was open deep also. Had a little more affluent passer been throwing the ball.
And that's why, to me, I think the grade of the wide receivers is inconclusive. Blocking wise, A plus. A plus, they did great all night. As far as like the impact in the passing game, inconclusive, man. Jordan couldn't get him the ball decisively enough.
Great
Got him
job.
there.
There
I
it
was
is.
nervous on that cutback.
When he throws the ball out there, it's like, okay, we know what we're doing. We
Right,
have
but that's the
success.
thing with him right now is that he doesn't seem to be able to do any passing plays that are more than one read.
Right.
So he'll get frozen as soon as something's not open. And it's just hard to live with that as a play caller.
Is it amazing to you how much man coverage they ran in this game?
It's amazing to me how successful they were running that much man coverage.
So much.
Playing hard. Sidney Williams, kid's gonna
Yeah.
play a player.
But you saw in the spring game, like that has to be the focus. We need
Clear
to play
running into the
solid
kicker.
man coverage.
It was.
Faced, cold-blooded scissor lift murderer. Brian Kelly freaks out. I'm glad they cut that awful display from the film. I hate Brian Kelly.
Here's the nub formation again. Running to the nub.
Dude, Mike will. I love it.
When he
will
finds
run
something,
it to
he
death.
stays with it. More inside zone. Center gets destroyed. But it ends up working in their favor.
Yeah, dude. You give
Toafili, sneaky good game again. I mean, not special, but had a solid game.
Yeah, I wonder when these defensive coordinators are just going to stack the nub side and dare them to throw the football.
good run. That's good, Jordan.
Yeah, there's give and take there.
Yeah, see,
If you stack the nub side, then you're going to start running that tall
pitch,
read out there.
yeah.
A little tall read.
That's true. Or at least, I guess you can't
Here
make
he
a
is.
sub. Here's your boy.
Run it back, pause it. Let's take this in, guys. Let's take this in.
Our colleague Juan Montalvo is going to love this one, right? We got a smash concept. He throws it as he's making the break.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the most important part of a successful college quarterback is anticipation, and that's what McKenzie Milton does best.
Boom.
Right here, he throws it.
Man,
Open.
it just snap, go, snap, go, snap. The internal clock that just burned into the synapses, man. There was a marked difference.
He is the definition of why arm strength is an overrated quality in a quarterback.
In college.
Oh, yeah, sure. In the pros, you need to have all of it. But if you get the ball out on time, have great anticipation.
Tell you what, man, he had some good-looking handoffs too.
Yeah, but, these guys are not worried about it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Kyle Hamilton's over here instead of over here. That makes a difference.
It is wild too. Like there is a and this is a kid who hasn't played in like 3
Oh, that's
years,
not
but
Hamilton.
there was like a tension when McKenzie Milton was quarterback. It's like, oh God, like it's almost like you're facing an entirely different offense, which I like. You keep the defense on their toes, man.
This wigged me out. I wasn't sure if they were going to do some weird like trick play here.
Oh, like direct snap to homeboy.
Right, like it was weird to have your running back as like this awkwardly tight H-back.
You're just inserting him into where his block's going to be, into his gap.
Well,
They did release him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did release
Oh,
him.
dude, that's nice, man. 3rd and
This
11.
was such a pretty play.
That was a dime. I mean, we can all agree that Jordan probably doesn't make this though, right?
100%.
No.
He
No,
might
and-
make that smash concept throw, but this one,
Yeah.
no.
Just the confidence to throw the ball in there.
We had
Look,
the guy right
take
in
the
his
targeting.
face.
The targeting. I mean, this kid should have been thrown out of the game.
I watched several games of college football this weekend. There are very few quarterbacks that make this throw.
Yeah.
Over the middle, through traffic, throwing it ahead of time, with a little bit of pressure.
There you go. Whoop.
That was slightly misthrown.
Yeah.
We did
again-
not do a great job of getting guys off the point.
On the
and
screen.
What do you mean
and
by
it was
that,
bunch
Adam?
if Kev will run it back, I think they actually did a better job in this one. A lot of times there was a guy right on top of 6 out there. They call that the point. And we just didn't get him off the ball. So the play was kind of broken up before it ever started out there because
Sure.
you just didn't get it. You didn't create a separation.
This one they do. I think it's just a bad throw.
Yeah, it's not great.
It was good enough to get the reception.
I thought it was
but,
actually a little, well, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's up the field. I thought it was a little too up the field, but
right, yeah. It kind of ran him into his blocker.
mhm.
Gosh, he has such good
Yeah, right.
eyes.
That doesn't look like a former walk-on, man.
He
That
does kind of
looks-
look like Devontae Freeman. I think
With the dreads?
I think Freddie Stevenson might have said it. Somebody said it. He does kind of look like
Keir
Devontae.
Thomas. Love you, big, beautiful son of a bitch. Man, do I
Yeah.
love Keir Thomas.
I think he may have replaced Jamie Robinson for my heart of favorite player on this
Bro, this is when Doak was on fire. In fuego.
team. Look at
This,
that guy. Look at that guy right there.
Super
This is-
pumped.
this is what we were selling to the recruits, which you can hear about on the Florida State Recruiting Podcast on the Think Noles Media feed. Dude, Doak was the bomb
It
all
was
game.
popping
this is-
off.
This is one of those things we were talking about earlier where you make the secondary a little bit better and the defensive line a little bit better, and they kind of build on each other, right?
Oh, short pass.
How the hell did you get that off?
That's stupid.
And
Love it.
and everybody's maybe thinking, oh, look at all those linemen downfield. He's behind the line of scrimmage, so it's safe.
Yes, that's what people were thinking, maybe, when they watch that play.
Oh, maybe they are. I don't know.
Shovel pass.
Here's the guard tackle counter.
Nice hard
Out of nub.
It's just a cluster over there. Holy moly. How'd he gain any yards?
Funny, man. Kind of went with the hot hand with McKenzie Milton and Trayshawn Ward at the same time.
Mhm.
Mike's going to play who he thinks is going to give you the best chance to win.
Or with a nice jump cut.
Man, that's a good run.
Jump cut into acceleration.
Okay, I thought we were going to win the game right here.
Yeah, well,
I really
we're
did. I
driving.
was like,
you
dude,
forgot Baby Al was the
42-38.
center.
Well, yeah, I did. That I did.
Man,
Toffili.
we have at least 3 running backs who I think
Oh man,
are
run
just
that one back.
are
Run that one
good
back.
guys.
Because this is where I'm gonna. And come on, Parchment. Yeah, it's gonna make me cuss. You better be a man out there if you're gonna play on this football team. I mean,
Right, this is
that's
the first
that's
time.
shit blocking. And he did it earlier in the game. He did it again here. It's a crucial situation in the football game. Get a block. Just get a hat on hat.
The first time we've really seen this block missed.
Yeah.
I can see why Mike's digging in his rear end every day.
Yeah, I mean he's got talent, he's got
Figuratively.
potential.
Oh,
What
Yeah.
a heads up play by McKenzie.
Good
Milton
throwaway. Good throwaway.
Heads up play. Knew there was a guy right there, so it's not grounding.
That's one of them ones that just makes you sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to give the kid a shot, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, why you can't be too mad at the kicker? He nails this guy, which is what sends us to overtime.
That's a big pressure kick, man. So I mean, it's not going to be a strength all year, but
Man, I gotta wonder how much it grades on Mike Norvell that special teams is not a strength for this team.
what?
Oh, the kicking
In
game.
this game, yeah. But you know what? That's a good point, Kevin. Not a lot of juice in the return game. We'll see. We'll see how much special teams is a strength for them this year.
Half of our kick returns went to the 20. You know.
Yeah.
Big.
I know this much.
Stand.
I hope Mama Milton's going to be up in the comments again.
Oh yeah, Ohana, Mrs. Milton. Hello.
She was getting all the screen time.
Yeah,
in the fourth quarter.
I mean,
Were you-
such a great story.
Now I started to get a smidge nervous about the old field goal range.
The old pucker factor kicking in now.
Yeah. The old sound effects there. Ah.
You gotta wonder why Lundy is your linebacker choice. I think I'm going straight dime here, with Deloach as my only.
Did you love the Keir Thomas 3-man line stand-up package they did with him?
Look there.
Do you recall seeing any of that?
I do remember that, where he was kind of walking around.
Yeah.
I like the effort on that play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something to definitely toy with. Definitely interesting.
Cone's only pick and Notre Dame's only turnover right there, which didn't really, not a real turnover to me.
No.
They played a clean game. You're right, Kevin. Just to your point, man, Notre Dame didn't play bad. I thought they played a pretty clean game.
Nice 4-yard run on first down.
Yeah, you gotta feel good right about now. I did.
Man, this game where he just keeps going to this nub formation, it feels like I'm watching.
And he's just running. I mean, he's just running inside zone.
This is inside zone. He ran outside zone out of this once, but
run that back one time.
Feels like I'm watching a 12-year-old play Madden, just finding the one thing that works and going for it.
Oh, Dante. Oh, Lucas.
Is it Lucas? What is he doing, man?
Yeah, he just gets off that block.
This is right guard here.
Yeah, he just leaves him a little early. Is he expecting Darius to be there with him? I wonder.
I don't know why he would. I guess he.
So this is duo. This is duo, not inside zone.
Why? Because they're not
They block
working
everybody.
upfield.
They block everybody. Yeah. Washington's on the end. Your tackle down here is on an end.
Right. Where in inside zone, this guy would.
Yeah, he'd be coming with
chip,
it. They'd be
and then
working a read
go
out there.
upfield. Or I guess he would be the one going upfield. Nope, he would be the one going upfield. One of those guys are going upfield.
Darius and Dante would be working together on the kid on Dante on that 3-tech.
Right, and Dante would be trying to.
And he would be climbing, which he
Right.
tries to do. So yeah, blown assignment. You're that close. That's how close you are. That's the stuff that wins and loses you football games.
3rd and 4. Just didn't have a chance.
Philly falls down again. Whoop whoop.
Yep,
He's open.
just for a half second.
He's open.
Oh yeah, dude. Clear first down. He's ready to throw him the ball. Good matchup. Good space.
Yep.
That's how close you were to beat Notre Dame, boys.
But that's almost one of those where McKenzie's awareness hurt him, because he's doing the smart thing and pulling the ball back down, but Toafili recovers.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no way he was going to know that in the moment. So I mean, trying to do the heads up thing there. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, there's zero things I think McKenzie Milton really did wrong in this game. I thought he came in and couldn't.
I closed my eyes for this one. I never watched it.
I did.
First time I've seen it.
Smacked me right in the face.
Yep. Sucked as bad as I thought it would.
All right, Norvell didn't ice his own kicker. He got him a 37-yard kick instead of a 50.
And he got a practice kick, which is actually a pretty common strategy when you're getting iced.
You do that every time. Whoever said he iced his own kicker, that's very lazy. And stupid narrative. You always
Love
give.
that. That's your
There you
Yeah,
go.
boy.
that's nice.
There you go. Can't wait to see him for a full game.
Yeah, that's right. Jamie Robinson only had him in the second half.
That man just took down a Goliath tight end in space. And then
Yeah,
defense
dude,
steps up.
Another good series by the defense.
This defense played
Tough
incredibly.
kick, 41.
And that's it.
Oh, you almost get. Yeah, that's the one where I kind of melted from the couch onto the floor. But there you guys saw a game of inches, a game of slips, a game where Florida State had, I counted at least half dozen chances to beat the number 9 team at home. And that's how close you are. And you guys have any final thoughts? I think we covered it really well.
No, I want to see how they respond. I want to see how they come out against Jacksonville State. Is it the same effort, same energy, same focus? Can they clean up some of the communication issues that we saw defensively to keep improving there? Zarek Cooper, I don't. Kev, you're not planning on doing a preview for this week, right?
No, I'll save my time for the Wake Forest preview next week.
Right. So not going to be a preview out on X's and Noles, but yeah, Zarek Cooper, the quarterback, is back for
Old Clemson kid.
Yep, back for
Jacksonville
State.
State.
Yeah, Jacksonville State, who threw all over Florida State last year. So I just want to see them take another step. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
play Jacksonville State like you played Notre Dame, and that's what I'm kind of paying attention to, because I think that's just more signs of growth from this football program.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would agree with that. The times where I said, hey, if this isn't Notre Dame, that's a touchdown or that's an interception, right? The defense that Travis J played on some of those passes where he ends up getting torched, but it's close coverage. I want to see you putting that effort in against Jacksonville State and coming out on top. All season, I think to me, Fuller showed that he has definitely improved the defense's fundamentals, but can he fix those alignment issues? Can he get those kids lined up? That's going to be the big report card for me going forward. And offensively, just I think we played the second best defense we'll play all year this past weekend, and we put up 38 points against Notre Dame in a regular in regulation time. So just seeing this team grow, seeing it develop into what it's going to be, whether that's a team that can rely on McKenzie Milton to put in a significant amount of snaps or can't. I'm excited to see what Mike Norvell does with it, because I think this game to me proved that he has the ability to be a really special coach wherever he is.
Got nothing to add, boys. I agree. The name of the game is consistency, energy, management. Can they take the passion that they played against Notre Dame and carry it forward towards the other 11 games of the season when things like injuries, COVID, things, it's going to be a grind like every season is, man. But if you can give that type of energy and effort, clean up some of the alignment stuff, it's a good team. It's an actual good team, not a good for a bad Florida State run program, an actual honest to goodness good football team. And I'm glad that can even be in our realm of possible options for this year. Speaking of possible options this year, it's always the triple option, and we are always your best possible option. Subscribe to the X's and Noles YouTube page. We will be here with you for Jacksonville State. We will be here with you for the season. Previews, reviews, other miscellaneous content-y things. We love you, and we love the Noles. Keep the faith, boys, and always keep chopping. This close.